you're kind of a man of mystery. Like there's only so much stuff on the internet about you. And I
Yeah.
only found out about you in cubing like a few months ago. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't really have a super strict plan, but just like, I guess as an intro for people who don't know who you are, yesterday my wife was like, "Who are you doing a podcast with tomorrow?" And I was like, "Oh, Henry Lichner." And she's like, "Who's that?" And I was like, "Well, he was on the world's podium for 6x6, and he's also just like a super jacked Asian guy." And I don't normally say those things in the same sentence. That's about it.
Yeah.
Like I have more of your rankings, like your top 25 for 4 through 7. You're
Mm.
just on the top 100 line for 3x3. You have like decent rankings at all the side events, OH Clock, Mega, Pura, Squan, your top 1,000. So like you have like a very, very solid all around profile. Um, but when did you start cubing? Like I didn't
Uh,
know you existed until the Worlds final last year. And Kevin was like, "Yeah, Henry has a chance at podium." And I was like, "Who's this Henry guy?"
mm. Yeah, I started cubing in 2018. I think like the beginning of 2018 maybe.
Okay.
Like January probably. And then my first competition was June of that year.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you started in 18. Did you
Mm.
ever take a break or stop from 18 until now? Or is it kind of just you stuck with it the whole
Yeah,
time?
I stopped at the beginning of quarantine, like March 2020. I had a competition. It was supposed to be in like Indiana, and then it got canceled. And then I realized competitions were gonna be gone for a while, so I think I took like a year, maybe like a year and a half off, and
Okay.
then I got back into it 2022. So I guess that's more like 2 years. I went to a competition in Michigan, I think, and then I really started practicing again then.
Okay. So, hmm. Okay. So I have a few categories of questions I was curious to talk about. I have some of the
Mhm.
stuff about like how you do big cubes, like methods, hardware, skills, that stuff. Some of it is about practicing and competing. And then I also kind of want to talk about fitness because I'm curious. And this is
Mhm.
something that I enjoy talking about. Um, So first, you just said that you didn't practice because there weren't competitions. Why do you like cubing? Is it because of competing? Is it because you like practicing? Like saying you stopped because there weren't competitions kind of makes it sound like I practice for the sake of competing.
Yeah, I think competing definitely is like a big aspect of it. The main thing that keeps me cubing is just like the connections I've built with people. And
Mm,
it's also like similar to fitness, like it's a hobby where like if you put the work in, like the results are pretty much guaranteed as long as you're doing
hmm
everything right. And I've really liked that. And it's like you versus yourself instead of like, yeah, it is a competition where you're competing against other people, but like at the end of the day, you're trying to beat your own results.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So you never saw it as much as like, I'm sad that I'm not getting medals. It was more like I don't have a official way to measure my self improvement. So it's not as motivating.
Yeah. I mean, before I got a podium, like I really wanted to podium, but mainly it was just like trying to get as fast as I could at the time.
hmm Okay. Um, when you started Big Cubes, well, I don't know. Do you use Yaoi Redux and on which puzzles?
I use Yao on 4 through 7, and I've done that
Okay.
since I started doing big cubes.
Okay. Dang. 18. Yeah, that was like J Perm was making Yao tutorials in 2018, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So just Yao straight through. Um, So when did you start getting like fast with Yao? When did people start like
Uh
no when did other top Big Cube solvers start knowing that you were good?
oh, like other top cubers probably not till like really recently, I don't think. I don't think till like before like Worlds maybe like that June when I had that competition in Naperville. I don't think a lot of people knew
Mhm.
who I was before that.
Okay.
Um But then I got like top 20 in 5, 6, and 7 at that competition. And I think that's when like a lot of people started paying attention, especially because Worlds was coming up and people were trying to figure out like who was going to be on the podiums.
Mhm.
And then I just like skyrocketed up the rankings. And I think then people started to be like, oh, like maybe he has a chance.
Okay. Why was that? Was that like a day where you competed really well, or were you grinding especially hard, or was there some sort of mentality thing that happened?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of like misconceptions with that competition. A lot of people see it like I jumped in results. Like I think my 7x7 mean went from like 213 to 1 50 something, that competition.
Yeah.
Like in reality, it was like I really struggled with competing a lot. Like I would get super nervous, and so I would do really bad. Um, but like I was like that speed that I was, and at that competition for like months, I just never either got the chance to compete or did well when I did compete.
Okay. What changed? Was it just a good day, or were you thinking
Yeah, I
something
think it
different?
really was like a good day. Like it was beginning of summer, so like I guess like no stress from school and everything, and it was just I had a lot of friends there, so it wasn't really stressful. Like I kind of went into that competition just like I'm just gonna solve as well as I can, and yeah, that was pretty much it. I remember that was also the first competition where I went to the gym like before the competition, so I don't know if like that actually made a difference or not, but
Dude,
it's kind of funny.
100% it makes a difference. It for sure
Yeah.
makes a difference. Like every time I get home from a lift, that's when my brain is like the most ready to cube. Like top fighting game players talk about how um they care a lot about reaction time. Reaction time is basically how your brain perceives the passing of time. So I heard one top guy say, before a really important match, I have one song and I always listen to the same song. And if the song sounds faster than normal, I know my reflexes are going to be slow
Mm.
because my brain perceives time as passing by quickly. And if the song sounds slower than normal, I know my reflexes are going to be on point. And he said the most reliable way I've found to boost my reflexes going into an important match is some sort of like high intensity cardio right before a match because your whole body gets like on high alert. And
Mm.
then after it, you're like physically primed so that when you go into something like like a solving, especially endurance, like big cubes, you're like more dialed. I don't think that's just you. I've experienced the same thing.
Yeah.
That's really cool. So Naperville is the competition where things kind of broke out. How far ahead of Worlds was that?
I think that was like a month, less than a month. I think because it was like the beginning of June, and then I think Worlds was either like 3 or 4 weeks after.
Okay. So was the times you got on pace with what you get at home, or was it kind of a overperformance?
It was actually like an underperformance.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, um, how much are the top solvers nerfed in a Worlds final then? Because you're saying you underperformed and you podiumed. How much does everybody in a final like drop versus their at home times?
I think for like longer events, maybe not as much because you're able to like kind of relax throughout the solve. Like a lot of the
Mm-hmm.
times I start and I'm super nervous, but then like as I solve, I can like have more time to think and I
Yeah.
just start to focus more. So then I calm down. So I think it's definitely a lot less for 6 and 7, but I think it is still a pretty like substantial amount depending on how well like the solver is able to manage their nerves and everything.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So you said it was an underperformance, but you still podiumed. So I'm just trying to do the math here. Like at home, how many solvers do you think are like ahead of you? Like who are the people you're looking at as direct comparisons or competition right now?
I mean, like
Because
as of right now, there's a lot of solvers that are probably ahead of me. Uh, like probably like 10 solvers, maybe. I think I'm like eighth right now in the world, but I think like yeah, it's probably like 10 solvers that are ahead of me right now.
okay, who's like realistically somebody you're trying to catch? Because I hear some people talk with 7, and they're just like, oh, Max is just too far ahead, right?
Mm.
I'm not going to catch Max. But there are some people who might be more toward the bottom of the top 10 where you're looking at them going, I'm like, we're here and I can jump ahead given the right practice and the right competitive days. How far up do you think you realistically are aiming for right now?
I mean, I don't really think of it like that, to be completely honest. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think about like reaching a certain rank. Like that was really never like getting top 10 in the world was never like a goal. I just wanted to like keep getting faster and just get times that were good for me.
Mhm.
So really just like trying to perform well in competition and just get like good times that like I would consider for myself. And then
Yeah.
whatever ranking comes with that, like whoever I'm faster than is just like a part of it.
Yeah. Perfect. So then minus 2 year break, so like 5-ish years of
Mm.
practicing pretty seriously. How do you think about improving yourself? I forget who told me this. It might have been Ethan Cho, but he said you practice way less than a lot of other top big cube solvers. I think this was Ethan. And I
Yeah,
think this
it
was
sounds
about
like
you.
Ethan. Yeah.
But talk to me about how you practice. Is it just solves? Is there intentional review? How much do you solve? When do you stop? How structured is it? That kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really do any, like, I don't overcomplicate it. Like, a lot of people do, like, either slow solves or they'll, like, record their solves and watch it back in, like, slow-mo or just, like, stuff like that. Like, I've never really actually done any of that. The only time I watch my own solves is, like, if I'm editing one of my videos, and even then, I don't watch the solves. I'll just, like, cut out the scrambling or speed up the scrambling or, like, cut between solves. Um, like, honestly, I just try to keep it as simple as possible. Like, I just solve, and if I'm not getting faster, then I know that something needs to change, and like then I'll try to figure it out. But a lot of the times I just solve. If I don't feel like solving, I'm not going to make myself solve. And then if
Mm,
I'm solving and like I'm getting burnt out or bored, like I'll just stop.
okay. Okay, several questions now. You said if I'm not getting faster, then I need to change something. How do you tell? Like, how many solves are you looking at? What's your comparison point to know if you're getting faster
Yeah.
or not?
Honestly, I don't really know because like I've never really plateaued. Like even now, as I practice, like I'm always getting faster. Like my average of hundreds and stuff are always going down. That's like kind of just the way I tell. Is like my big averages. If like they're just constantly going down, then I know that something's going right.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, I don't really know though. Like,
that's fine. I mean, if you're looking at average of 100 and you're just going, yeah, it's generally new
mm,
PBs. How often is it PB? Like, how many solves are you doing a week to see the average of 100 move
no, I mean,
for like 7
I
or
don't
6?
solve that much. Like, I don't really do that many solves anymore. But like pretty much like every session, like my average of 100 will go down, like whether like a hundredth of a second or like a tenth of a second. Like it's basically always going down.
I'm gonna push back. I still don't believe you. Like, I've talked to people who are like, I don't solve very much, and then they're like, yeah, I
Mm.
just do like 3 hours a night or something chill, and it's like, what are you
Oh,
talking about? That's a
no.
lot.
Like the only time I really cube is like after the gym. I'll cube for like an hour, and like even if that, like a lot of the times I like don't really feel like cubing for that long. Um, like I'll probably do like right now. Usually I'll get back from the gym. I'll do like a couple 2 through 7 relays. And so that'll be like 30, 40 minutes. And then like I'll just call it from there pretty much.
Yeah. In the lead up to Worlds, I know you said that you practiced a lot. Like, I forget where I heard this. It was some World stream, or maybe it was an Instagram post. How much were you practicing when you were really grinding heading up to a major final like that?
I mean, even like for Worlds, like I wasn't practicing like as much as other people probably were. Like it was still probably around only like an hour to 2 hours a day. Cause like I just can't really cube for that long. Like I just get really bored and like really tired pretty easily. And then like the more I solve, it's just like I didn't want to burn myself out before. So I would just practice enough to like keep my like skills up to par, I guess you could say, and
Mm-hmm.
then
Yeah,
like I would just stop after that.
yeah. That's cool. It's just an hour or two a day. You're not doing slow solves. You're just kind of actually using your brain as you solve. Do you listen to
Mm.
music or podcasts or nothing? Or
I think at the time I probably did listen to music in like YouTube or something, but like now I just get like super overstimulated if I try listening to music. And also, I don't know if anyone like else relates to this, but like hearing the cube as I'm solving like
dude,
helps me with
yes.
turning.
Oh my
Like I
gosh.
can't have
I
anything
cannot.
playing or else like I just won't be able to turn as I want to.
Yes. Oh my gosh. I've tried earbuds. I've tried, ear plugs. I've tried the earmuffs. Anything that messes with how I can hear the cube, it just destroys me.
Yeah, it
So
like makes the cube feel
I
different
relate.
when you can't
It
hear it.
does. It totally does. Huh. Okay. You're the first person I've ever heard say that, but I'm the exact same way. Um, have you ever been tempted to switch to Redux? Because
Oh no. I've
well,
never wanted to.
on 7 at least.
No, not even on 7. Like I've always used Yao ever since I like I think my first ever 7 by 7 solve I did was with Yao. It's just like Redux has just never been a thing for me. Even now, like I just can't even solve like fast with Redux.
So just what you've always known. It's not even a
Uh,
draw. Okay.
yeah, I think it's a lot of it comes from like before quarantine. I used to like only practice 4 by 4, and I
Mm.
was like pretty good. And I think like just the habits that I had from doing Yao on 4, like I just couldn't switch to like doing something different for like 5, 6, and 7.
Okay. Yeah. Hmm. One particular thing I'm curious about is with edge pairing, how complex are your edge pairing solutions? So I was talking to Jack Pfeiffer about this, and I was showing him some of the back insert solutions I do, where I'll like line up like if I'm doing 7x7, I'll have an edge in the back right, front left, front right, and I'll pair everything to front right and like kind of
Mm.
set it up more complicated. And he was like, I always just insert to front left or front right, and I almost always force flips to be with my right hand so that I can just turn faster and look ahead better. But then Mark Zimmerman is like, no, you have to like, make sure all the stars align and insert in all the right places. Where do you fall on the spectrum of like
I'm
how complex your
definitely
edge pairing is?
on like probably like the lowest end of the spectrum with how complex they are. Like Mark has told me how bad my edges are.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I basically just do like the same thing I've always done. Maybe like there's probably some like different cases. A lot of what I rely on is just like flow and look ahead, and I do flips with my left and my right, so I
Okay.
don't try to force like either side. I think
Do
I
you
am
do
better with my
sexy
left a
sledge or
little bit.
sledge sexy for your flips?
I do slide sexy, but I rotate like down. I like regrip for the flip, which is like something that like nobody else really does.
Wait,
Maybe like Timofey
hang
does
on.
that, but
Wait, so what do you mean you regrip?
like when I do the sledge, I like kind of do it uh like in like the top layer. So I'll like so if I'm solving like this, then when
Yep.
I want to do a flip, I'll like rotate like this, and I do that
And
with
then
my
you're
right
doing
and my left.
sexy. How are you doing sexy? You're doing it with a pin shoe or you're doing it with wait. So you said was it like this for your sexy?
Oh yeah, so I'll do the sledge, I'll rotate down for that,
Yep.
and then I'll like rotate back up and do this actually. It's like really weird. It's just
And
like how I've always done it.
you're using this finger for that like this?
Yeah.
Huh. Interesting. Boom, boom.
And like I've tried to switch off of that, but like honestly I've just gotten so fast to the point where like I don't really think it'd make a difference. If anything, I think it'd hinder me for like a while until I really got used to it. Because I've been doing that for years. It's like it'd be pretty hard to change that.
Yeah. You can I do it regripless where I start home grip and it's sledge and then I do the F prime with my thumb and then RUR prime with pinch U. But I see the argument for yours because it makes the sledge so much more consistent and stable. So
Yeah.
it might actually be better, at least with the way hardware is right now. What do you use? What cubes do you use? And what do you think about 5,
Uh,
6, and 7 hardware right now?
I don't really like the hardware right now, to be honest. I use the PyCube. Actually, I kind of switch between like the PyCube special editions and the triple track for like 5, 6, and 7. It kind of
Mm-hmm.
depends on the day, but I just really don't like any of the hardware right now. Like, I still think that the Aoshi WRM is a lot better, but just like I'm so used to the size now that I just can't switch back.
You think the Aoshi worm is better? Why?
Honestly, I don't really know. There just like wasn't really anything wrong with that cube, except like maybe the size, but like everything else
Mm-hmm.
was fine. And like with the new Aoshi, it just like doesn't flow as well. Like I don't know. It's just not. It just doesn't feel right to me. Still,
But you still use it.
yeah, I still use it.
It's such a weird thing because I feel the same way. Like the Aofu Meilong V2 hardware, I did not feel like I hated it. But now that there's the new stuff, it's like I don't like these new Aofus very much, but they're still like I still would rather use them than the old stuff.
Yeah.
It's such a weird thing, but I feel the same way. Um, so why do you keep coming back to the cube then? Because you said you're not really competing to win, you're more competing to better
Mm.
against yourself. And you also don't like push yourself to grind. You can't do that with lifting. Like I'm sure
Yeah.
your training plan and your diet is all like super
Mm.
locked in, but you don't do that with cubing. But you still come back to it. Is it just fun to solve? Like, what does it
Yeah, it's
boil
fun.
down to for
It's
you?
fun to solve. I think also like having ADHD, like just having something to do, uh, is just like super relaxing and like a way to fidget, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Oh, 100%.
But yeah, I mean, I also just enjoy cubing. Like it's something that I'm probably gonna do for like the rest of my life as long as
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
can.
Yeah. Same here. 100%. Where are you at in life right now? Are you in school? Out of school?
Yeah, I'm in college right now.
Okay. Where?
I go to a community college in Illinois.
Nice. Freshman, sophomore, junior, senior?
Sophomore.
Okay.
So,
Do you know what you want to do with your life yet? That's a joke. You don't
no.
have to at all, but like,
Yeah. No, I'm nowhere close.
that's
I
fine.
think there is a lot.
I,
There's a lot of pressure, especially with social media, for like young men to be like millionaires by the time you're like 20. And so I think that puts a lot of stress on people. But for me, I'm just like, I'm not really in a hurry. I'm just like trying to, like be like 1% better every day, just like constantly taking at least like a step forward.
mhm. Yeah. I don't know either what I'm going to do when I grow up,
Mm.
and I'm done with college and a master's degree. You're so right. It's a weird time for young men, but it's okay if you're like you said, you just have a few things you're doing well each day. Eventually, you can apply that to whatever new opportunities show up. That's
Yeah,
cool.
100%.
Do you like the Midwest? I haven't really spent much time out there. I've driven through it a couple
Mm,
times, but
I like the Midwest because I like having like seasons.
mm.
But
Yeah,
like that's kind of about it. Like I'd much rather live out west somewhere like Arizona or like Colorado. But I mean, for like, I'm not really, I don't really care about like moving or anything. Like I'm
yeah.
content living in the U. or in the Midwest.
Is the West? Does it have a? What's the reason? Is it the weather? Is it the atmosphere? Is it the people? Is there something else?
Honestly, I don't really know. Like I have family in Arizona, so we go out there sometimes, and I've like always really liked it. I've never actually been to Colorado, but I've seen like pictures and like I've looked at like houses in the mountains just for fun, and I'd be like, yeah, like I really want to live there. That'd be cool.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
Gotcha. Cool. When did you get into fitness? I don't meet a bunch of cubers that are actually devoted to fitness.
I started going to the gym in August of 2021, but I had been doing like because I always wanted to dunk a basketball. I think
Mm.
I was training for that for like 3 years maybe before starting the
How tall
gym.
are you?
I'm 5'5", and I can dunk a
Okay.
basketball, so
Okay.
I did achieve that goal.
Let's go. That's a good vertical then.
Yeah. Yeah, so I started going to the gym in 2021, but like I kind of just wasted a couple years because like I didn't really know what I was doing. I would kind
Okay.
of just like go, especially like the first year. Like I didn't really train like that hard. I would kind of just go because all my friends went, and like I still had no idea about like food or anything or like how to eat. So I didn't really make that much progress. But I just have always enjoyed going to the gym since I started.
Hmm. Why? Was it a friend? Was it a family member? Was it just
Yeah, it
like
was like
I
my all
decided
my
to?
my whole friend group was going, and I really didn't want to. But then one day they were just like, "Hey, I think like you'd be really strong," and they were just like, "Hey, just like come for a day and see how you like it." And I didn't really enjoy like the lifting part because like it hurt, and I didn't really like doing like pushing myself like that at the time. But I enjoyed being like around my friends, and it was like a good way to spend like at that time we would spend like 3 hours in the gym
Mhm.
and just like mess around. So then it just turned into doing that every day. And then eventually I would start going on my own and just learning more about it. And then I just kept doing that, I guess.
Okay. So training for 5-ish years, but 3 seriously. 4 seriously, 3 seriously. Um, how often do you train now? And what sort of split?
Usually
Like
6 days a
what are your
week.
workouts like? What are you doing? 6 days a week?
Yeah, 6 days a week. I just do like the Arnold split, if you know what that is. I just do
Mhm.
chest and back on one day and then shoulders and arms and then legs. And then I'll repeat that and then I'll take a rest day. So 6 days on,
Okay.
one day off.
How many work like hard sets in a workout?
I don't really know like total sets. I'll usually do like 2 to 3 exercises per muscle group and I'll do like 2 sets, 2 top sets to failure.
Okay.
So that
So you're
probably
doing
equals out
like
to like
4 to
6.
6 sets and 2 muscle
Yeah.
groups, like 12 hard sets of workout.
Yeah.
What kind of rep range do you work in?
Honestly, I don't really know. I have a hard time counting with my
Mhm.
reps. Like, I'll like start counting. I'll go like 1, 2, 3, and then I'll just like kind of forget where I am.
You just
If I
kind of
had to
space out, yeah.
guess, yeah, if I had to guess, probably like 6 to 8.
Okay.
I can't do like high rep sets. Like, I just get too tired.
Dude,
And then
same.
like actually pushing myself after like the 10th or 12th rep, I just can't do it.
Yeah, you just like even though so much of the difference from like 12 on, like if you're going like 12 to 20, it's just mentality. It's just how hyped are you? How much adrenaline do you have on that day? It has way
Yeah.
less to do with actual muscle mass and hypertrophy. Okay, so like Arnold split 6 days a week. Do you do any sort of cardio, running, sports, or are you in the gym to lift?
Oh yeah, I do cardio every day. I always get like 10K steps a day, and then I'll also do like 20 to 30 minutes of cardio on top of that. So
Yeah.
that's usually just doing like the Stairmaster after my lift. Sometimes I don't do it, but as long as I'm like getting my steps in, that's kind of all I care about. I used to
Okay,
run a
so
little
you're
bit, but
you're
I didn't
100% a
really.
gym bro. You're there to lift
Yeah.
and you're there to get your cardio in. But it's not
hmm
like I love activity and athleticism and stuff.
Yeah, no, it's not like
Okay,
yeah.
not a semi-pro pickleball player on the side or anything.
No.
Okay, cool. Hmm. Is the Are you somebody who gains easily or who loses easily? Like, is the bulk or
Mm,
the cut the hard part for you?
I'd say I can do both pretty easily. Like if I just like drop my calories a lot, like I'll lose a lot of weight pretty quick. But like also then if I like start eating in a surplus, like I'll just gain a lot of weight really quick. So it
Hmm.
kind of just depends. I'd say losing weight is definitely harder though because I have a huge appetite. Like I've always had a huge appetite.
Yep.
Like I could just eat like endlessly.
Hmm.
So, but like eating super healthy like whole foods, like it's hard to overeat. So it's easier to
Yes.
maintain my body weight while eating a lot more.
Yeah. What's your maintenance? Like, at
Uh,
5'5".
if I had to guess, maybe like 2,500 calories.
Gosh. Dude, I'm 6 feet and my
hmm
maintenance is the same.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Okay. Well, do more cardio, Brandon.
hmm
Gotcha. Cool. So, lifting is that do you lift because you like being jacked? Do you lift because the gym is therapy at this point? Is it like the routine of it? Like a 6 day split is no joke. Like that's
hmm
nobody thinks 6 days is optimal. Like maybe you found that it is for you, but you're going because probably you like something about it, right?
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I would train 7 days a week if I could, but like I just know my body needs a day off. So
Hmm.
it's like a genuine struggle forcing myself to take a day off because I just love training so much that I would do it every day if I could. And I used to do that. I think like the reason I go to the gym, it's definitely changed over time. Like at first I wanted abs, and then I wanted to get girls. And then I realized that I'm not gonna get girls by going to the gym.
Hmm.
So I just but I was like so deep into it that like, it was pretty much just like a part of my life at that point. And then I really started just like falling in love with getting stronger and just like feeling more confident about myself. And then it's kind of just turned into that. Like it's just like who I am at this point.
Hmm.
Like
Yeah.
it would be weird for me to stop going to the gym.
Hmm.
Like I
Yep.
would just kind of like lose all my purpose. Like I just wouldn't really know what to do most of the time.
Yeah. Yeah. Hmm. I mean, I'd push back on the girls thing. Um,
Mm.
actually, like I'm married, so maybe I'm out of touch because I haven't dated anybody like who's not my wife in a year and a half. Um, but at the same time, from what my wife has told me now that she feels secure in a married relationship is like, um, and what I've noticed is that girls don't really know how to explain the feelings they have, or if they have a feeling like, oh, it's awesome that this guy is strong, or it's awesome that this guy is in shape. It's almost like they would get judged or feel guilty if they said it out loud. Like if a girl says, I need a guy who has abs, most guys would look at that and say something like she's entitled, even though maybe that's her genuine preference and she puts in the work to make herself somebody who's like the sort of girl that in shape guys would want to date. if a girl verbalizes that, a lot of the time they get like put down
Yeah,
because
that's
they
definitely true.
verbalized a preference. But most girls would prefer a guy who's in shape to a guy who's not. And then a large subset of those girls prefer guys who are very in shape. But it's hard for them to even feel okay verbalizing that or letting themselves feel it. But for a lot of girls, it does help. So
Yeah.
even if you don't know it, or it hasn't helped yet, they care, and they'll tell you they care once they feel safe enough with you to be able to like really talk. So don't give up hope on that one. But
Yeah, it's not
it's
really a
also good to be
priority in my
like,
life.
it's
Yeah.
also good to be like a monk and just be like, I go to the gym because identity, and that's cool too.
Mhm.
Okay, nice, dude. Is your gym cool? Like, or are you just going, or is it something like LA Fitness or some
No,
chain gym?
my gym is not really cool. It's just like the Park District like recreational facility.
Okay.
Like they've made a lot of upgrades over the years, but it's like nowhere near like any like commercial gym. But it's
Yeah.
close and like I just know all the people there and it gets the job done.
Yeah. Super functional.
Yeah.
Cool. Um, Trying to think. You going to NAC this year? I forgot.
No, I'm not going this year.
Okay. Um, Scheduled or just like waning interest in cubing or cost or what?
A lot of it is like the financial, yeah. Like I really
Yep.
don't want to have to spend all the money to go out there for like little to no return. Like even if I did like do well, like the amount that I'd be spending just would not really be worth it. Maybe if I
Hmm.
like didn't podium at Worlds, then I would go, but uh yeah, it doesn't really seem worth it to me. Even though like it would be a fun experience because like a lot of my friends are going, but yeah, I can't justify like spending all the money this year to go.
I hear you. Okay. Hmm. So how much did the world's podium mean to you then? If it,
It meant a lot
how much
more
were you
because
looking for it at the time, or was it kind of a nice thing? Like how much were you intentionally working toward a major podium like that? Because
I
you can
was
answer the
not.
question like I wanted it, right? Or it meant a lot, but was that a goal?
No, it definitely was not a goal. Like I didn't expect a podium at all because I thought, or like in my head, I was just like, there's no way that like I'd be able to beat like Lim or Emmanuel or like Nam or like Kieran. So I
Yeah.
was just kind of going in, just like kind of just happy to be there. Kind of like I did really bad in semis, I remember, or second round, whatever. And at that point, I was like, all right, like there's definitely no way I podium now. So I kind of just like sent it, and it just happened to work out for me.
Okay. So feels good, but it wasn't like you were laser focused on I must podium or I must get some achievement.
Yeah, no, I would have been completely fine with not podiuming, but like that just made it like like the like that much better.
Yeah. Okay. Um, this is random. I see like a seat cushion or something on the floor
Oh
next to you.
yeah.
Do you use that
Hmm.
for solving?
No, honestly, I used to use it on this chair, and just because like the seat is kind of uncomfortable, but yeah, I haven't used it in in probably like a year in this chair. I kind of just been sitting there.
Okay. I have recently I bought one and I take it to all my comps with me. And I have like a booster seat basically because
Hmm.
I feel like all the comp chairs are super low and the tables are super tall relative to the chairs. And I'm almost certain that's why I was able to like finally break some mental barriers in 3x3. So I'm looking for anybody else who does the same strategy. I'm trying to see if I'm not totally insane.
Yeah. I think like I just like sit super far back at competitions, so like I can't even like see the timer. So I feel
Mm,
like solving low and also sitting far back, like it doesn't really like the seat height doesn't really matter to me.
okay. So you always go under the table and close to your body for do you do it for 4x4 or just 5 through 7?
Uh I think I might do it for 4x4. I don't really know. I think at home I do it like 3x3 where I solve like over the table, but I think at
Hmm.
competition I always default to just like solving in my lab because it's like relaxing having my arms just kind of like down and
Yeah.
yeah.
Hmm. Cool. Yeah. The under the table, I don't know. I've never quite gotten it. I like half go under the table, especially with 7. like a minute into the solve, I'll be like, oh yeah, I should go lower so that it's more comfortable. But then I'll like creep my way halfway back up. So I don't know what my position or posture is yet. Need a little
Yeah,
more
there's like
experimenting, I think.
I think it kind of just depends on the day. Like there's some days at home where I'm just solving and I'll do like a whole 7x7 solve just over the table and I don't realize. Like honestly I don't really know like what causes that, but I think in competition I always solve under the table.
Yeah. At a competition, how do you like flow through the day of the comp? Like, do you have the best solves morning, afternoon, evening? Do you get tired at a certain part of the day?
Oh yeah, I get really tired. Like halfway through the comp, like at like lunch or like a little after lunch, I'm just like so tired and like most of the time I just want to go home. And then like the last like from like 2 p.m. to like the end of the competition's like really struggling to like get myself in the right mindset. So I definitely do better earlier in the days, but like sometimes I can get myself to do well later in the days. But yeah, I definitely struggle with my mindset as the comp goes on.
Have you figured out like ways to manage it?
Honestly, no, not really. I kind of just like deal with it and
Okay.
just hope for the best at this point.
Gotcha. Cool. Yeah, I'm the same. Mornings are like, well, yeah, probably late morning is the peak. And then by like 4 p.m., it's just like, I am so
Yeah.
tired. I
Yeah, like
felt
three
too
by
much
three
cube today.
finals. 3x3 finals always never goes well for me. I'm always just like,
Mm,
I just want to get the solves over with so I can leave.
yeah. 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 I got you. Okay. Yeah. I've been experimenting with like, at what point in the day do I drink caffeine, or do I listen to fast or slow music at certain parts of the day, or just going and having sugar help me get through that last part of the day? I still haven't quite figured out what I'm doing yet. But honestly, since starting to go to competitions with my wife, she's observed a lot of this stuff. Like stuff where when I would compete before I got married, I was like, yeah, it just sucks. I'm going to deal with it. And my wife is like, okay, so I'm going to get you food at this part of the day. And then I'm going to have this energy drink for you at this part of the day because I can see that you need it right now. And it's like, wow, I never even knew this about myself. But
Yeah.
it does make a difference. Definitely experiment. How do you respond to caffeine? You said you have ADHD. Is caffeine make you hyper, make you calmer?
Well, I take pre-workout, so like my caffeine tolerance is super high.
Yeah.
It definitely like I would say it doesn't affect me as much as not taking it does or like not having caffeine does. I still can like kind of feel an energy boost, but like it's not really to a point where like I'm just gonna start like tweaking out or like bouncing around the room. Cause like my ADHD isn't like I'm not super like energetic all the time, like most people assume. Like a lot of the time I'm actually just like super like mellow. But yeah, like caffeine doesn't really make me go crazy. But my tolerance is definitely high. So like I can have a lot and still like compete or like solve fine because my hands just like don't really shake from caffeine.
Hmm. Yeah. 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 Okay. I'm an inverse responder. So if I drink a couple, like I'll put down two monsters and I'll like start calming down. Like no shakes, no energy. Like I can feel the world like slow down. Um, which from what doctors have told me, that's like a hallmark ADHD thing is you have a dopamine and like stimulant imbalance in your brain. And so external stimulants, like when I've had stimulants prescribed, I don't take any now, but it has a very similar effect where I can feel things quiet down. It doesn't feel hyper or crazy at all. Um, I hate pre-workout though. I hate the beta alanine, like the jiggles and the prickly feeling. I
No, I
cannot do
love
that.
that. I
It's the
love the
worst thing.
tingles. Like the tingling is like I take a pre-workout that has like more beta alanine because I just love having that
You
feeling.
just love it. That's
Yeah.
ridiculous, dude. You're an animal. You do it every workout.
Yeah, I do it every workout. I know
Wait,
it's
how much
probably not good.
caffeine?
It's probably not good for
6 days a
me,
week? How
but
much caffeine are you taking a day?
I think like a scoop is only like 150 milligrams.
Okay.
So like I usually only do like one scoop. So sometimes I'll do two. Like usually on leg days I'll do two. But like
Yeah.
my mindset with it is like I want every workout to be as good as possible. So like
Hmm.
I'll do as much as I really need to make sure that I have a good workout.
Yeah. Oh, I have to probably consume more like definitely consume more caffeine than that a day. Um, so I get you. Do you cycle off it on your rest day, or at this point is it kind of a requirement?
Yeah, like I'm not gonna take pre-workout on my rest day, but I'll do like coffee usually. Even on days where I do have pre-workout, I usually drink like a cup of coffee in the morning. Um, but yeah, I mean, I have no problem with like coming off of caffeine either. Like I can go to the gym without it. I just prefer to have it because it just makes it better.
Yeah. Okay. That's cool. I'm yeah. There's so many things you're saying where it's like, yes, I resonate.
Uh,
I don't I don't have an issue going a day without caffeine, but there are so many parts of the day that caffeine just makes so much better that I'm gonna use
yeah,
it
yeah.
to improve something. It's cool. Any conversation topics I haven't touched on? Things that I didn't ask you about that you wanted to talk about?
No, I don't really think so. I don't know like what people like want to know about me because like I don't really share a lot of information about myself. I don't even like talk on like any videos or anything. So like most people probably don't even know what I sound like.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, this is just the stuff I'm curious about. Like, how do you solve? How do you practice?
Mm.
Who's Henry? What gets you excited? What gets you excited outside of cubing and lifting, if anything?
I mean, I get excited over like a lot of stuff. Honestly, I don't really know. Like, I probably couldn't like pinpoint anything. Just like working on myself every day, like the stuff that people don't see. Like that's what really, uh, like excites me, I guess, and like keeps me going and gives me like the confidence that I have. If that
Okay,
makes sense, I guess.
it doesn't.
Like, just like the working on myself, like every day, the stuff that I do, just like for myself, I guess that isn't like performative or something. I don't really know how to explain it, I guess, but that's probably the best
That's
I can
cool.
explain it.
Something that happens in your head, some thought that you have that you don't want to have, or some way that you think that you want to change.
Yeah, just like little wins throughout the day.
Yeah, that's cool. Um, Great. Trying to think of anything else for you. What are your goals like next few months of cubing? Like you said, you're not trying to slow down anytime soon. You planning on worlds next year?
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. Again, it's probably going to come down to like financials, but I would like to go to Worlds. Like, that would be pretty cool because I've never been out of the
Yeah.
country. I was born outside of the country, but I've never been outside of the country since then.
Okay. You don't remember ever being somewhere else.
No, yeah, I was 6 months old when I came to the US, so I don't really remember. I don't remember what South Korea was like.
Yeah, yeah. I gotcha. Okay, yeah. Dude, Sweden would be a cool way to get out for the first
Uh-huh.
time. And once you're in Europe, it's like very cost effective to like hop around a little bit. So
Yeah.
I don't know. It'd be a cool trip. That's great. All right, cool. Well, final chance. Any last questions or things you wanted to talk about? Otherwise, we'll wrap it up.
No, I can't think of anything.
All good, bro. Cool. Well, then, last question I ask everybody is what aspect of cubing gives you the deepest joy?
Definitely just meeting new people and just hanging out with the people I know. Like all my best friends in my life are all from cubing, and I just think having like that personal like the even though like everybody is so much different, they all share like the one thing, which is cubing, and I think just like that the community aspect of it is like the main reason that I keep cubing.